jewelry has been something that has stuck with me forever. Because it's like endless room for innovation, and I can always just start a new piece. I went to school at Appalachian State University, earning my BFA for studio art, focusing on metalsmithing and jewelry design. So I guess after going to school is when I can technically call myself a metalsmith. In my first actual metals class in college, when you do your first solder, and it is magical. It's just the excitement of you're using fire and you're melting metal, even though it's tiny, but it's so exciting. And same thing with casting. You know, you make a mold and all of a sudden you have this object. Casting is a process of basically, you have your object, you pour the plaster over it, you put it in a kiln, it burns out your wax and your object so where you have an empty mold, and then you melt down your metal and put it into your mold, and then you can get, it's amazing the detail you can get. Casting organic material is, if I cast a twig, it's like you get a twig. Let's see, the weirdest thing that I have worked with. I was gifted a Goliath beetle, which is one of the largest insects in the world, and I sadly dismembered it. It's the wings of the Goliath beetle, and then some black sapphires, blowfish spikes on the side, and it's a 2-piece brooch, and then it'll have chain going across it. There's many interesting materials. Cat vertebrae is a fun one. Bunch of different skulls, like jawbones are really fun to work with because of like the symmetry involved. Oh, and I cast a jelly bean plant one time, it's in the sedum family. It's this little succulent. You can find them all around the area. I have hurt myself a few times, just like little baby burns. Sometimes I won't realize that I do it until after. I'm like, oh, I'm bleeding. But I think it's like, especially when you're getting into it. One time I did stab myself in the leg with a surgical blade. Just when I was cutting open a rubber mold, I was in the studio and I'm just cutting it out and I just put on a fresh surgical blade, and I just slipped and stabbed myself in the thigh. And it's so funny because it was such a sharp blade, I didn't even feel it. The goal is to be a full-time studio metalsmith. You know, a lot of people teach and have other jobs in order to keep it floating. Like, it's all about kind of backing up what you want to do. So I will do that as, like, I know I'll do that, not necessarily teach, but I'll have backups, like right now. But maybe one day I won't have to, and I can just do my jewelry, because that's what I love to do. My name is Anna Johnson, and I'm 25 years old.